तथो जयामुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 23 and Text 6. Kardama Uvacha Tustaha Aham Adya Tava Manavi Manadayaha Shushrūshaya Paramaya Paraya Cha Bhaktya Yaha Dehinam Ayam Ativa Suhrut Saha Dehaha Na Avekshitaha Samuchitaha Shapitum Madadhe. Kardama Uvacha Tustoham Madhyatava Manavimanadaya Shushrūshaya Paramaya Paraya Cha Bhaktya Yodehinamayamateva Suhrusadeho Navekshita Samuchita Shapitam Madadde. Tustoham Adhyatava Manavimanadaya Shushrūshaya Paramaya Paraya Cha Bhaktya Yodehinamayamateva Suhrusadeho Navekshita Samuchita Shapitam Madadhe. Shrushaya Padamaya Paraya Cha Yodehinamayamateva Suhrusadeho Samuchita Shapitam Madadde. Kardama Uvacha Kardama Uvacha. The great sage Kardama said, Tustaha, pleased, Aham, I am, Adya, today, Tava, with you, Manavi, O daughter of Manu, Manadayaha, who are respectful, Shushrūshaya, by the service, Paramaya, most excellent, Paraya, highest, Cha, and Bhaktya, by the devotion, Yaha, that which, Dehinam, to the embodied, Ayam, this, Ativa, extremely, Suhrut, dear, saha, that, dehaha, body, na, not, avekshitaha, taken care of, samuchitaha, properly, shapitum, to expend, mat ardhe, on my account. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Kardama Muni said, O respectful daughter of Svāyambhuva Manu, today I am very much pleased with you for your great devotion and most excellent loving service. Since the body is so dear to embodied beings, I am astonished that you have neglected your own body to use it on my behalf. Please repeat. Kardama Muni said, O respectful daughter of Svāyambhuva Manu, today I am very much pleased with you for your great devotion and most excellent loving service. Since the body is so dear to embodied beings, I am astonished that you have neglected your own body to use it on my behalf. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is indicated here that one's body is very dear. Yet Devahuti was so faithful to her husband that not only did she serve him with great devotion, service and respect, but she did not even care for her own health. That is called selfless service. It appears that Devahuti had no sense pleasure even with her husband, otherwise she would not have deteriorated in health. Acting to facilitate Kardama Muni's engagement in spiritual elevation, she continually assisted him, not caring for bodily comfort. It is a duty of a faithful and chaste wife to help her husband in every respect, especially when the husband is engaged in Krishna consciousness. In this case, the husband also amply rewarded the wife. This is not to be expected by a woman who is the wife of an ordinary person. Dasansta Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madjnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namavom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamani Shwanyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. So this Kardama is recognizing the service rendered by Devahuti, and here is acknowledging her service even at the expense of her own body, her own health of the body. Dehinamayam ativa suhrut sadeho. For the embodied being, this body is very dear. In fact, this body is the center for every conditioned soul. His thinking is, everything is meant for this body. So keeping the body as the center, he conducts various activities in his day-to-day life. But if the body is so dear to oneself, a conditioned being, how is it that here Devahuti so nicely served the husband, Shrushrushaya Paramaya Paraya Cha Bhaktya? Three things Here Kardama Muni is recognizing Paramaya, most excellent, Paraya, highest, and Bhaktya, with great devotion. So she has rendered services to the husband in his austerities to progress in Krishna consciousness. So there is a goal for a family, for every family life, and the goal is somehow minimize our attachments to this world and develop or revive our attraction to Krishna. In order to keep the attractions in this world to a minimum, you see, there are certain injunctions are given. Particularly in a family life where attractions and attachments are naturally formed. Radha Govinda ki jai. Strong attractions and attachments are present in the conditioned soul, and they will only increase day by day. So how to ensure that such attachments, such a strong attraction is kept under control? Because as long as somebody has even a slight attachment to this world, he has to remain here. Even the slightest attachment. Unless one really understands that this world is not for me, I am for Krishna and Krishna is mine, somebody comes to that stage, it is not easy. But then it is not that to minimize attachment, to make it zero, one has to give up everything. Shastra doesn't give any extreme injunctions. One should not think, okay, this body is a source of attachment, so let me give up this body. All such things are not permitted. What is important is to properly understand how this family life is created, how this has been designed. Because a conditioned soul has natural attraction for the opposite sex. So there are injunctions permitting that attachment and sanctifying it by various practices. Vedic culture is full of such practices. So a man and a woman are allowed to marry, which is sanctified by the Vedic sacrifice of marriage ceremony. And if the husband and wife focused on improving their Krishna consciousness, then they will be able to follow the regulations of Grihastha Dharma and then attain a higher platform. So this is the design. Ashrama means where spiritual culture is given prominence. This is called ashrama. Spiritual culture means a step-by-step culturing of our consciousness towards Krishna. Like a farmer, he cultivates in a field, and step by step he cultivates and he cultures the whole farm, all the trees and the plants, and gradually they come to the stage of producing fruits and flowers. Similarly, we are all cultivators of our consciousness. We receive the seed from the spiritual master, and then that seed is sown in the heart by him, by his blessing, by Guru and Krishna's blessing. A living entity gets such a pure devotional seed, and once that is been planted, the devotee should take advantage of a good association, and on a daily basis he has to water that seed so that seedling comes and grows and ultimately gives the wonderful fruit of love of God, love of Krishna. So this is a culturing, this is the cultivation that we all have to do. So that means it has a regular activity. For example, farmer, it's not that he has just put some seed and go and sleep for the next 6 months, and you get up and then you have a wonderful bounty ready for you to enjoy. No, it's a day-to-day work. And when there is a nice favorable winds like this, for example rainy season, everything grows nicely. But when the actual seeds are growing, along with that grows other unwanted creepers also. There will be some weeds also in the field. They will also grow. So then the farmer has to ensure that the weeds are removed, they are uprooted, so that the actual the grain or the fruit can grow nicely. See, these are the day-to-day activities. So similarly, the practicing devotee has to cautiously ensure that the seed that he has received from Prabhupada is kept in his heart, close to his heart, and then on a daily basis he waters it. Now what is this seed? Prabhupada has given, only he has this seed with him, and he has distributed this seed all over the world. And what is that seed? That seed is called Bhaktilata Bija, which means the seed of pure devotional service. Actually, before coming to Krishna consciousness, probably we are all having some devotional touch, but only when we came here we got that concept. First, this concept we got. What is that? Devotional service has to be rendered purely. Jnana karma dhyanavrutam anukulyena Krishna anushilanam. The focus is what is anukula for Krishna, what is pleasing to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. This is anukula. So whatever actions we do, either by our mind or by our words, by our body, they should be satisfying to the Lord. This is called anukula. And while doing that service, there should not be any mixture. The goal and the motivation is pleasure of the Lord. This is the motivation. Devotee is working. What is the motivation? It is pleasure of Krishna. The motivation is not some fruit. I will do this service, I get something, then I will be recognized. That's what I want. That recognition I want. This is, you are mixing the pure devotional service with the karma contamination. Karma means fruitive mentality. Then, while doing services, there is one more contamination, and that is this jnana contamination. More belief in your own eyes or in your own direct perception, rather than what is being told. If the authority says, do this way, that way, but it is looking little illogical to us because we have some other experience and then so we think that okay, this is let me do differently. Like that, in innumerable ways, this faith and our direct perception contaminates our services to Krishna. So Rupa Goswami says our services should be free from these tendencies. My only goal is how we can enhance pleasure of Guru and Krishna. So then what about the recognition? Here, for example, Kardama Muni is recognizing Tustoham Adyatava Manavi. I am satisfied. He is admitting that I am very much pleased with you today because of your wonderful services. Actually, Devahuti has not asked for it. She is simply rendering services day after day, even at her own health, at the expense of her health. She has become so lean, emaciated. Not only lean, it has become a little more serious case. So she got emaciated, and simply she is rendering services to Kardama. And Kardama is watching all this. He is watching all this, and for many years she is serving. Kardama is not recognized, but today he is recognizing. Tustoham Adya, today. Adya Tava Manavi, today I am. Devahuti is not thinking, okay, I have served for so many years, and still no recognition. For example, we want recognition for every small work. That's the mood of every one of us. We want people to come and glorify. Wow, what a thing you have done. And nowadays there are nice social media channels where for every small thing you can get some dose of recognition. You will post anything. For example, you turn like this, one picture, turn like this, one more picture, go on posting. And there are people to recognize you. It has been enhanced and encouraged. Followers, recognition, all these things by encouraged nicely. Yes, you please go on doing. Then what about us? Here there is nobody who recognizes. Years are passing by and I am serving, but then nobody even says, oh Prabhu, yes, you have done something wonderful. No. Actually, we are continuously recognized by Guru and Krishna. Even the smallest service that you do in your mind, maybe others may not know, but Guru and Krishna recognize. A little feeling of dependence, let us say a folk preacher, a LLP preacher, any preacher, before going to preach, let us say he prays and he depends on Krishna. My Lord, I am actually not qualified, but if you permit, if you empower me, if you give me the strength, then whatever I am talking may be understandable to the audience. It is not easy to make everybody understand. And so these are special blessings of the Lord. So we saw today in the song, that's what Prabhupada is praying to Krishna. My Lord, you have brought me to this ghastly place, but I guess you have some purpose. And by your will, everybody came under Maya. So by your will only, they will be able to come out of this Maya. So please empower me so that my words will be alankrutaha. He uses the word alankruta. Let my words be decorated by your mercy so that they will be able to understand and appreciate. And as soon as a jiva appreciates these words, the words from Bhagavatam, then immediately there will be a transformation of consciousness. For example, nobody knows what is Grihastha life. Nobody has any training. One will get shocked by looking at these descriptions. So many austerities. They're all living in a very austere lifestyle. So this is the scenario. So here we can see Kardama, he recognized her services. And then he is saying, Mana Dayaha, you are respectful personality. This is one more thing. Respect is not demanded. Respect is commanded. We cannot demand. We cannot demand recognition. We cannot demand respect. You have to respect me. Outsiders, they do that. That's why we all have to respect them and give them whatever their anticipation is. But as devotees, our mood should be, if Guru and Krishna recognizes, even if the entire world goes against me, if they recognize me, my services, I am happy. If you tell somebody you are not this body, you are a spirit soul, you have no other work than to simply serve Krishna, they'll all get very angry. But a devotee doesn't hesitate to say all these things, but of course in a pleasing way, in an understandable way. Although people may go against his preaching, he still presents the truth in the most palatable way. So this is the life of a devotee. His only recognition is Krishna should recognize me. Bhakti Siddhanta gives the principle, one should serve in such a way that Krishna gets attracted. He gets attracted to him and then he reveals himself. This is the highest platform of service to Krishna. We'll close here, stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam.